The Office of Price Stabilization presents Stars for Defense with Carmen Dragon and his orchestra, the Norman Luboff Choir, yours truly, Marvin Miller, and starring Gordon MacRae. How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? This is Marvin Miller speaking for Stars for Defense, a transcribed program in the interest of price stabilization, presented by this station as a public service. With it, we bring you the story of what your OPS is doing to keep prices down. Take food, for example. Most of the items you buy in your neighborhood grocery store are covered by specific OPS regulations, which limit your grocer to no more than the percentage of markup he used during a base period. Additional regulations cover the manufacturer of processed foods and wholesalers, so that you, as a consumer, receive full protection. In fact, all OPS regulations are designed to give fair treatment to everybody. It's the American way of fighting inflation and keeping our economy sound. And now, here is our star, well known to you in motion pictures and on records and radio. With Carmen and the orchestra and the Norman Luboff Choir, he opens the show with It's a Grand Night for Singing. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Gordon MacRae.
It's a grand night for singing, the moon is flying high, and somewhere a bird who is bound he'll be heard is throwing his heart at the sky. It's a grand night for singing, the stars are bright above, the earth is aglow, and to add to the show, I think I am falling in love, falling in love. It's a grand night for singing, the moon is flying high, and somewhere a bird who is bound he'll be heard is throwing his heart at the sky. It's a grand night for singing, the stars are bright above, the earth is aglow, and to add to the show, I think I am falling in love.
And now the title song from the famous Frimmel operetta, Rosemary.
Oh, Rosemary, I love you. I'm always dreaming of you. No matter what I do, I can't forget you. Sometimes I wish that I had never met you. And yet, if I should lose you, 'twould mean my very life to me. Of all the queens that ever lived, I choose you. Sometimes I wish that I had never met you. And yet, if I should lose you, would mean my very life to me. Of all the queens that ever lived, I choose you. I choose you to
is a special message from our star, Gordon MacRae.
Thank you very much, Marvin. You know, folks, the other day I ran across a Chinese blessing, a very famous one that ran something like this. May you live in interesting time. Well, that's just what we're doing, you and I, right now. We're living right in the middle of some pretty exciting history. And we're making history, too. Here's a few examples. This moment, we're beginning to turn out more and more defense items. The biggest defense program ever undertaken. And although it's taking raw materials that we'd ordinarily use for peacetime products, some of the things that go into our everyday living, we're increasing our production capacity so that in the end, we'll be producing all the civilian goods we need, too. And that's something we've never before done in such emergency times. Of course, for a while, things can't help but get out of balance. Defense production is bound to mean less of some types of consumer goods. And that's why it was necessary to set up controls against inflation so that prices wouldn't go skyrocketing. That's another bit of history in the making. The Office of Price Stabilization, set up by Congress for the express purpose of fighting inflation, has been working throughout the past year to keep prices steady through its price program and to check the mad rush of prices that started after Korean action until they've been brought almost to a halt. But these inflationary pressures are still with us. And it's up to us to back this important program so that the cost of living can be kept under control. So resolve now, folks, to do your part to help fight inflation by shopping carefully, buying wisely, and paying no more than ceiling prices. You'll be helping yourself and your neighbor. At the same time, you help keep America strong.
Thank you, Gordon MacRae. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Carmen Dragon and his orchestra with the Norman Luboff Choir present a brand new tune written by Darrell Douglas with lyric by Jack Brooks. It's titled Monotonous.
Love to hear you say you love me a little bit. Say it over and over, monotonous, ain't it? Love to kiss you 1 or 2 times, 2 or 3 times before I quit. 3 or 4 times or more times, monotonous, ain't it? Ain't it? Silly little, frilly little people, we sappy and as happy as a pair can be. Never ever get enough of you and me. Every day, same old way. Want you near me every moment, I must admit. That's a picture it'll take forever to paint it. It's monotonous, ain't it? I must admit. That's a picture it'll take forever to paint it. It's monotonous, ain't it? It's monotonous, ain't it? It's monotonous, ain't it? It's monotonous, ain't it? M-O-N-O-T-O-N-O-U-S. Monotonous, ain't it?
Once again, our star, Gordon MacRae, this time singing with choir and orchestra, Begin the Begin.
When they begin, it brings back the sound of music so tender. It brings back a night of tropical splendor. It brings back a memory evergreen. I'm with you once more under the stars. Down by the shore, an orchestra's playing, and even the palms seem to be swaying when they begin the beguine. To live it again is past all endeavor, except when that tune clutches my heart. And there we are, swearing to love forever, and promising never, oh, never to part. What moments divine, what rapture serene, till clouds came along to disperse the joys we had tasted. And now when I hear people curse the chance that was wasted, I know but too well what they mean. So don't let them begin the beginning. Let the love that was once a fire remain an ember. Let it sleep like the dead desire I only remember. When they begin the begin. Oh yes, let them begin the begin. Make them play till the stars that were there before return above you, till you whisper to me once more, darling, I love you. And we suddenly know what heaven we're in when they begin the begin. When they begin the begin.
You have been listening to Stars for Defense, a transcribed feature program for the Office of Price Stabilization, presented each week at this time as a public service feature. Our special thanks go to Gordon MacRae for a splendid performance, and to Carmen Dragon and his orchestra and the Norman Luboff Choir for their part in a fine show. Join us again next week when another star will be on hand to greet you. Meanwhile, this is Marvin Miller reminding you that you can do your part to help fight inflation by saving all you can, shopping carefully, buying wisely, and paying no more than ceiling prices. Help the program that's helping you. Make this your personal slogan. I'm doing my part to help fight inflation. This program was directed by Murray Boland.